Okay, y'all, so I was just trying to get my little picture straight because yesterday on my why do narcissists stare at me video, it caught me at the wrong time, but it was the perfect capture for the video. So, but anyways, what's up, y'all? It's me, your girl, at K Conora, and I'm back with another video. So in this video, I will be talking about growing up with a narcissistic mother and the effects it has on my life, like the effects it has on my parenting style. Um, yeah, and I feel like that my I feel like growing up with a narcissistic mother has had a major effect on how I parent. I'm sorry, y'all, that's my dryer. Yeah, but it has a major effect on how I parent my son. And I could say that parenting my son, I'm a lot chill. Like, I'm the kind of person that I love to laugh, I love to play, I love to joke around. But when I mean business, I mean business. And so, being that type of person, I have learned that people don't necessarily take you serious as far as my son. And it makes it hard to parent, you know, when your kids don't take you serious. But anyways, growing up with a narcissistic mother and the effects it had on my life, the first thing, everything just wanted to disturb me today. And I know that I kept telling y'all that I was gonna make this video, and I never really made it. And I didn't make it because it's not something I like to talk about every day. Like, I have mentioned this before, and I probably mentioned it to the wrong person because that person told me, like, damn, what did you do for your mother not to love you? A mother always loved their child, so I know you had to do something. Like, that is never an answer. That is never a reply you should give to someone when they explain or tell you that their mother never loved them. But that was the reply I got, and I know that was a horrible person to say something like that. So it made me not really want to talk about my mother. But so this, like, making this video is hard, you know, because it opens up old wounds and all of this stuff, and it's not the best time to be opening up old wounds because it's the holidays and it's already other stuff that I have going on during the holidays, you know, and dealing with my son, dealing with, you know, everything else. It's a lot. But I wanted to do this video anyways because I felt like that it will be therapy for me and it will be therapy for you. So the first thing that I have about growing up with a narcissistic mother and the effects, you know what, y'all, I'm just finna wait to post this video because it's like everything is happening while I'm trying to post this video. Like, as soon as I want to start posting this video, then it wants to the lawnmower want to go, the laundry wants to shut off, and all of this. So I think I'm gonna wait to post this video. Let's see what the lawnmower does, because it's like right there outside my window. It's like right there outside my window. But anyways, we're going to try to get this video done. We're just going to have to try to ignore the lawnmower outside. But anyways, the first thing that I seen growing up with a narcissistic mother is that my mother never... Okay, let me go back. Okay, so my mother did not raise me. If you go back in one of my videos, I forgot which one it was, I told you guys about how my biological sister convinced me at 9 years old or 10 years old to go and live with my biological mother. So I didn't live with my biological mother until I was like 10 years old. So keep that in mind. But my biological mother never trusted me. And what I mean by trusted me is that she never believed me when I told her something. It's like whenever someone would come back and tell her something about me, she would always believe them over me. And I'm gonna leave that right there because I'm gonna get back into that in a minute. So that's something I seen growing up with a narcissistic mother. My mother never trusted me. Another thing I seen growing up with a narcissistic mother is my mother invalidated my feelings. And what I mean by invalidated is like my feelings did not matter. And she not only invalidated my feelings, she rejected my feelings. She ignored my feelings. And sometimes she would judge my feelings. Like I told you guys about the East Bay book, and she asked me what shoes did I like. And she had just told me that it was okay to give my opinion. So I wanted to test it out because, mind you, I was 11 now, so I had been with her a year, you know, dealing with her. And mind you, growing up with Katie and growing up with my biological mother was two different worlds, seemed like. So now I'm in this environment where Katie would listen to my feelings and she would understand me, and I could tell her anything. And now I'm over here with this person where this person is not validating my feelings. you know, and she's ignoring it. It didn't matter like what I said or what I did. It did not matter. So I wanted to test her and see if she was going to allow me to feel and think. And when I didn't choose what she wanted me to choose, I was stupid, I was dumb, I was poor, because she was like, Katie would never buy you these. You should be happy that I'm trying to buy you these. Like, she would say things like that all the time. She would always compare my two worlds, from Katie to her. And what I have learned by being a mom is that kids don't care about all of the things that you care about. Kids just want you to kiss on them and hug on them and know that you love them. But again, I was probably like 10 or 11 years old. And mind you, while I'm dealing with this, my brother was molesting me. So you have to keep that in mind. So that was another reason. That was another thing that I dealt with growing up with a narcissistic mother. Another thing that I seen growing up with a narcissistic mother was a different person. Like, even if we were around Katie, she would be a different person towards me. And a different person behind closed doors. And I'll give y'all an example. Like, I had started calling her mommy after my mother died. And behind closed doors, she didn't like it. But when someone came over and they was like, oh, she sounds so cute, she called you mommy, and she was actually blushing, and she was like, I don't know why she called me mommy like that. And that was kind of weird to me because she didn't like it. And I didn't do it to be disrespectful or anything. I did it because I was trying to please my mother. Like, I wanted to do any and everything to please my mother. So, yeah. But, y'all just try to ignore the lawnmower. Let me look at it. Just try to ignore the lawnmower. But, yeah. My mother was a different person. So, another thing that I saw growing up with a narcissistic mother is that my mother, and this one kind of makes me so sad on the inside, because she always downplayed my talents and my skills. Like I said, I've been through a lot, and my singing voice is not as good, and plus my voice has changed from when I was 12 and 13, 14. But I can sing really good. Like, I felt like I could sing really good, and people always told me so. That's why I knew I could sing, because people always told me, you can sing. And she always downplayed my talents and my skills. Like, and it made me feel like my mother was jealous of me. And that time when I told you guys about when she had her boyfriend over, and she used to do my hair in these long ponytails. I used to be so cute. And I don't like hair on my face. Like, y'all, if y'all don't learn anything about me, like, I'm really weird when it comes down to things touching me. Like last night, this hair kept itching me and I thought something was biting me, and I just hate it. Like I can't sleep with my hair out. I have to put my bonnet on or something like that because I just don't like it. And so I was moving my hair out the way, sitting on the edge of the couch at my grandmother's house, and I was just watching TV. Mind y'all, I was like, I think Katie had died. I don't know if my mother had died yet. But keep in mind, this is from when I was 10, 11, and 12. This is the range I was. When I was calling her mommy, Katie had just died. I had just turned 12. So everything that I'm telling y'all is from 10, 11, 12. From those 3 years, I was living with her. So it was up around that time. And I was sitting on the couch and I was just, you know, just trying to sit like this without doing like this or whatever, because that feels funny, probably feels funny to everybody. And the next thing I know, her and her boyfriend gets up, and I told y'all his name was Willie, and he was so ugly. Like even at 10 years old, I knew this dude was ugly. Like he couldn't be my boyfriend if I was his age or he was my age or whatever. Like no. So she got up, no, her and her boyfriend, they got up and they went out. And I know it's weird because I'm talking about my mother like she's just a person who's my age, you know, and that's weird to me because I would never be on my mother level. Like my mother will always be up here to me in my mind. I will, respectfully though, she will always be up here and I will always be down here because she had me. Like I'm your little egg. Like I'm you. Like I'm beautiful, you beautiful. Like, and I wish that I probably can't never get her to see that because again, a narcissist. So it's hard to have a mother who is a narcissist. But anyways, let me not get off track. This is going to be a long video, so hold on tight, y'all. But when she came back in without her boyfriend, she yelled at me. She was like, get up and get your ugly ass in the room, like that. And I literally did not know what the fuck I did. How I knew what the problem was is because she went in the back room and told my grandmother that I had did that. She told my grandmother that I had did that. To this day, I don't know if my grandmother believed her or not, but my grandmother, she never changed. She would like agree with her, like, yeah, you wrong for that. But my grandmother, she still showed me love and stuff like that. So I don't know, it was kind of weird. But she always downplayed my talents and my skills, and I always felt like my mother was jealous of me. And that's kind of like a hard pill to swallow because I look up to her in so many ways. Like, I look up to her in so many ways. It's just, I'm nothing without my mother. Like, honest to God, like that, she was my God. Katie was my God. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's another thing I seen as growing up with a narcissistic mother. Another thing my mother would do is she would belittle. Hold up, I want to go back to she downplayed my talents. Another thing that Edna used to do is I wanted to be a cheerleader. I can remember signing up to be a cheerleader 2 times in my high school days, and both times she would not take me to get a damn physical. She would not sign those papers for me to do it. After I graduated high school, I wanted to go to college. She would not sign those damn papers for me to go to college. When I graduated, I wanted her to come to my graduation. Nobody was there at my graduation. Not even my dad was at my graduation. When I gave birth to my son, nobody was there. I was in the hospital 2 weeks giving birth to my son. Nobody was there. Not even my child's father was there. And when I called her to tell her that I was pregnant, she told me that she knew I was calling her to either tell her that I was pregnant or I had AIDS. Like, growing up with a narcissistic mother, you have heard it all. Like, you have to have thick skin growing up with a narcissistic mother. So I just wanted to go back to how she used to downplay my talents and my skills. It really made me feel like my mother was jealous of me. Number 5, my mother would belittle my gifts. Like, I'm the type of person where I remember one time, me, my sister, and my brother. Now, my mama was the type, she didn't play. She meant what she say, and she said what she meant. She did not play with children at all. We had to always do this. We couldn't go in the refrigerator. She did not play with children. But let me tell you how she was. I remember one day she had went out, and it was around Christmas time because the Christmas tree was up, our windows were snowed, and all of this stuff. My mama always did things like that, and I think that's why I do things like that now for my son, because she always did things like that for us. And so we cleaned the refrigerator for her one day. You know, just cleaned the refrigerator. And when she got back, we all stood in front of the refrigerator. It was my sister Londa's idea, a brilliant idea. And when she came in the house, my sister Londa was like, get in front of the refrigerator, get in front. So we all got in front of the refrigerator. And as soon as my mom came in the kitchen, we moved from the refrigerator. And it was like, ta-da! My mother was so happy that we cleaned the damn refrigerator. She was so happy that we did that. And so I knew then that people love surprises. People love gifts. People love for you to make them feel happy. And I use that as a tool. So going with Katie, I knew the things that would make my mother going with Etna, I knew the things that would make my mother happy, and I tried to use those same things to make Etna happy. But it didn't work. I remember one time I bought her a big jumbo Mother's Day card, and I wrote her a poem. I don't remember what the poem said at all, but I know that I wrote her a poem. And I thought she liked the poem because she acted as if she did. But something had happened. I think I had told her something that I caught someone doing. And I went to her to tell. And he was molesting this person, and I freaking caught it. Like, out of everybody to catch something like this, why did I have to catch something like this? I couldn't even stand up and tell my own story. So what do I do now? And I had to do what I couldn't do for myself, for that little girl. And I did that. And she went back and told that person I did that. I swear to God. And I was living with this person at the time. And this person told her that I told him something about some food stamps. Give me my food stamps you get for me. It was a whole bunch of mess. And that night, she literally went off saying that F your gift. Your gift don't mean nothing to me because I still don't like your ass. You still ain't my child. And you probably didn't get this gift. You probably just got it because you seen somebody else do it. Whew. Yeah. So I still love giving gifts, but I try to give gifts for the right reasons. You know, because I'm in a transition of I kind of got it, and then I don't got it. It's like I have my good days and my bad days where I want to make my family happy. Like I want to please my family. Like I want to please my family, so I have to catch myself sometimes, and correct that. But that's another thing my mother would do. Another thing Etna would do is my mother would constantly tell me I was not going to be shit. She would literally tell me that I was not going to be shit. And she will also tell me the only reason she got me is because Katie died. Yes. Mind you, this is from... It wasn't that bad, though, until Katie died. It was like... After Katie died, it got worse. So she started telling me that before Katie died, it was, you can go back with Katie. And that used to always be my safe haven. Know that if I went back to my mother, I could always go back to her. Like, I can always go back home. That used to be my safe thought. Like, but that changed to the only reason I got you, like, is because Katie died. So, but she had me before Katie died, so, but, she would tell me that. She would tell me that all the time. And I don't know if you guys are wondering, what would make her say things like this. And you have to understand, with a narcissistic person, you don't have to do nothing to make them say shit like this. Like, it don't even matter. Like, nothing you do should make a person talk so harshly, so brass to you like that. Like, yeah. So those are things she used to say. But anyways, another thing she used to say is that, oh, no. Okay, this is now I'm going into things I used to do because of this. And I used to sit, like, literally, I used to sit and I used to think about ways to make her love me. Like, I used to literally sit and be like, well, maybe if I did this, you know, maybe if I didn't do that, or maybe if I just be smart, because her favorite thing was calling me stupid and dumb. So I would say, well, maybe if I be smart or something like that, then maybe she will love me. But no matter what you do, there is no pleasing a narcissist. So, and another thing, I'm sorry, y'all, I haven't eaten today. Another thing, I wasn't allowed to think for myself. Like, I was not allowed to think for myself. Like, especially if it went against what she wanted me to do. I wasn't allowed to think for myself. Like how I'm sitting here. And the narcissist, you have to understand that all narcissists, they do the same thing. Like, even with my neighbors up in Alabama, like, if I had my own thought away from them, and I'm not even, they're just neighbors. You ain't nobody to me. Like, why would I listen to you? It ain't like you got my best interest at heart. And even if you did have my best interest at heart, then you will allow me to make my mistakes. That's what people do. You know, who love you. They give you space to make your own mistakes. And I kind of get the dynamic with family, because sometimes family can love you so much to the point where they only want the best for you is why they're doing it. But you have to understand, a narcissist is not thinking what is the best for you. They're thinking what is the best for themselves. And what's the best for themselves is me not speaking up about growing up with a narcissistic mother. It's me not speaking about being molested and raped by my brother. Like me not speaking up about how I'm being gaslighted and manipulated by these people by Section 8 and everybody. That is the best for them, not me. So I wasn't allowed to think for myself. So the reason why I'm in this situation where my family don't accept me is because I'm speaking up. Like, I'm doing what makes me happy. So that was another thing, growing up with a narcissistic mother. That was another thing I learned growing up with a narcissistic mother. You cannot think for yourself. So another thing is my mother would take me to get my nails done. She would buy me baby fat. She would buy me Dooney Burke. She would get my hair done. She would do my hair, like whatever. She always made sure that I was cute or whatever, had on good clothes and stuff. But what I had to realize is that I wonder why myself wouldn't accept that at 12. Like, even though she would do all of those things, I still couldn't allow myself to accept that. And yeah, she would say I was ungrateful, and sometimes it will make me feel, like it was my fault. But other times, like once I started growing up and I started learning, like what would I do? Like if I had a child, like I wouldn't do my child like that. So I knew that she was wrong because it didn't make up for all the other things that you're doing. Like, you're not doing this for me. You're doing this for yourself. You doing this because you want to look like that you're up here and up there. Like, I told y'all, like, she would not accept me if my hair was not done and I didn't have on clean clothes. She'll be like, I'm not Nikki's mother. And Drika would say the same thing. I'm not Nikki's sister. Like, my friends will literally say, like, you lied. I thought you said that Drika and Edna was your sister and your mother. Because, mind you, the whole community thought that they were, like, big people in the community. Like, all my friends would say, like, I wish Edna was your mother. I would just say, I wish she was, too. Shit. Like, I wish she was your mother, too. Shit, I'll take your mother. The fuck? So, but that's the kind of world we live in. We live in a very materialistic world, and people think that everything that shines on the outside is good on the inside, but that's not true. A lot of people take care of their outside and don't take care of their inside. So no, I don't care what you got or what you don't got. Like, no, if you're not a good person on the inside, then no, I don't want you. But yeah, so I literally committed the carnal sin of thinking for myself and speaking up and doing what makes me happy. I committed the ultimate sin, and I'm paying for it because I am not accepted by my family. Like, everybody in my family has wrote me off. My auntie Johnny Mae, I never thought my auntie Johnny Mae would write me off, but she got mad at me because I wanted my baby. Like, I wanted my baby. I was not, like, Edna gave me up. I'm not finna give my son up. I'm finna sit here, and if I have to struggle with my son, I will struggle with my son. So I almost gave my baby up to her when he was probably like a month or two, and something just clicked in me. And 11:30 that night, I went to her house and I got my baby. Like, I want my baby. And literally after that, our whole dynamic of our relationship changed. I guess they wanted me to be another Etna because I always talk about how Etna gave me up and she never gave the other kids up. And I guess they wanted me to, kind of be like her. But no. Like, I love Etna for who she is and what she gave me, but you wrong. You're wrong. And you should just try to make it right instead of just making someone feel guilty about something you did, because I didn't give me up. You gave me up. So yeah, I went and got my baby. Like, I'm going to raise my son to the best of my abilities. Like, It's hard raising my son, y'all. It's hard, especially when you don't have no family. The only influence my son get is from the outside world who show him how to disrespect me. That's it. And that makes it hard because nobody in my life right now love me. Okay? So, what is my son thinking? I don't know what he's thinking. But yeah, I committed the ultimate crime of doing what I'm doing now. So my mother would take me. Okay, I read that part. Yeah, she didn't do that for me. She did that for herself. She did that to make herself look good. She didn't do that to me. She didn't do that for me. Like literally, she didn't do that. She didn't do that for me. She did that for herself to make herself look good. Like it wouldn't have looked good for her if everybody is dressed up in the house and I'm the only one not dressed up in the house. That would not have looked good for her. So she did that so to look good for herself. Cause people used to always tell me all the time, like, Nikki, you stay dressed, you can dress, like, and people thinking that my mother take care of me because she keep me dressed, she keep my hair done, she keep my nails done. Like, I was the only one wearing nails, and I was like 12, 13 years old. I was the only one, like, of my friends wearing nails, and they were jealous because I was wearing nails, but I was jealous because they mother loved them. My mother don't love me. I don't want to go home. When you be happy to see your mother, I'm not happy to see my mother. So I'm like, if you only knew. That's why sometimes I just look at people. I just look at people like, you just don't know. The grass ain't always green on the other side. But I would walk on eggshells, living with my narcissistic mother. I would literally walk on eggshells. I never knew what to do or what to say because anything I did or said, I got in trouble for it. Anything I did and said, I got in trouble for it. Okay? And that kind of affected my parenting style because I don't want my son to feel like he's not good enough. I don't want my son walking on eggshells around the house and not being comfortable or anything like that. I don't want my son to ever have to, feel that way. So when I'm supposed to discipline him, I don't. Because I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Like, growing up with a narcissistic mother would really fuck your head up. And it really has fucked my head up because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, my son is very disrespectful. My son is very disrespectful, and my son do not listen to me. And it's because of this. And when I was pregnant, I wanted a daughter, but I'm so happy I don't have no daughter. I am so happy I don't have a daughter. Like, I'm thankful I have a son. See, God give you what you need. And he gave me a son for more reasons than one. But I'm so happy he didn't give me a daughter because it was up to me. I would have had a daughter. And I wanted a daughter for all the wrong reasons. I wanted a mini-me. I wanted her to be cute. I wanted us to dress alike. I wanted us to get our nails done. I wanted us to do all of those things. But all of those are for the wrong reasons. Like, you think my son is my best friend. My daughter, she would have been my damn sister around here because that's the kind of relationship we would have had. And that would have never worked. Never. Because she would have never respected me. Kids don't respect you when you are their friends. Trust me. Trust me. My son don't listen to shit I say. Okay? He got in big trouble today, y'all. And it took me 50 minutes just so he can get in trouble. A whole freaking hour. Like, literally, I had to chase him over the whole house. He do not listen. And it's driving me bananas. So that right there, it kind of messed with my parenting style, and I'm trying to find the balance between, you know, discipline and, you know, not, what is it called, helicopter helicopter parent. So I'm learning every day. Hopefully my son can be successful, because baby, right now, baby, I'm fucking up. I'm fucking up. But nobody's perfect. Like, I'm sitting here talking about my mother. I'm not telling my mother to be perfect. I'm not telling her to be perfect at all, because nobody's perfect. I make mistakes with my son. I make good choices with my son. Like, nobody's perfect. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna always give my son what he need. I will never make my son feel like I hate him. I will never make my son feel like he's not good enough. And I think that's what the problem, because I gave him too much of that, and now he don't want to listen to me. So growing up with a narcissistic mother, it affects you as a parent. So my mother will always compare me to other people. Like, literally, it used to get on my nerves. If nothing else got on my nerves, this got on my nerves, which she did. Like, she would literally compare me to other people. And in my mind, I think I'm the bomb. Like, I ain't the best looking person in the world. I ain't the smartest person in the world. But I like me. I think I'm dope. Like, the fuck wrong with you? So, like, when she used to compare me, she would compare me to Renisha. And I'm like, no, I don't want to be like her. Like, I don't want to be like nobody. I want to be me. Like, shoot. But yeah, she would compare me to, like, all of my friends, like everybody. Oh, you should be like this person. Oh, you ain't like this person. Oh, Drika would have did this for me if she was here. I used to be like, bitch, I'm going to do it because I ain't got no other choice, because you my mother. That's the only reason why I'm going to do it. But no, I'm not doing it because you compared me to that person, because I really don't care about that person. I got my own life to live. I got a life just like she got a life. Like, I'm smart. I think I'm smart. The fuck wrong with her? I think I'm smart. I think I'm a pretty smart person. I mean, I ain't no rocket scientist or anything. And I'm a little slow in science, but I think I'm smart. I think I challenge myself. I think I make good choices. I think that I'm the bomb. So when she used to compare me to other people, it's like, man, you don't even know your daughter. Like, she don't even know her daughter. Like, I can sing. I can write, like, poetry. Like, I can pour my heart out, and shit'll make you cry. Like, I think that I have good qualities. But before I got to that point, it kind of put me in this little shell, and it made me think that I wasn't good enough. You know, it made me think that I wasn't good enough. And it took for making good decisions to build my confidence. Like, not hanging with people that I'm not supposed to hang with, you know, doing things even if I don't have nowhere to go. Like, I think my integrity level is where it needs to be. My dignity level is where it needs to be. Like, even when I was homeless, waiting for Section 8 to get my apartment ready, and Gator was doing all this stuff to me, I got up 11 o'clock at night, got my baby bag, got my bag, and walked out that motherfucker. Like, no, something gotta change. And I ain't have nowhere to go. I love that about me. Like, I can remember times where I'm driving with somebody and they say the wrong thing. I will say, stop right here. Put me out now. And I would literally get my black ass out and I would walk. Like, I wouldn't lie to y'all. Like, I love that about me. And it was those things that built my confidence. On top of, you know, dudes saying, oh, you cute or whatever. And I used to be like, I know. But, yeah, those things, like, literally, like, if you say a compliment is not going to make you feel like, okay, you lying. Because I'm a person. I like compliments, you know, when they're sincere, you know, when they're real. I knew that these guys were only telling me you cute or whatever because they wanted something. Okay? Show me a man that's going to say that because they, you know, and then they don't want anything from you. That's the kind of person I want in my life. That's the kind of person I deserve in my life. But yeah, like, I started believing that I wasn't good enough. And I started believing that it was my fault, especially after I had my son. Like I told y'all, after I had my son, ooh, my family really had something over me. I feel like my family was happy that they finally had something over me to make me listen, to follow their rules. And their rules, because I've never cussed my family out, be like, oh, you stupid. I've never been a disrespectful type person like that. But I am very headstrong, and if I don't want to do something, or once I put my mind to something, I'm going to do it. And the people in my life trying to take that away from me, y'all. They trying to take that away from me. And I can't let that happen. I don't care. Like, if I die today, y'all know one thing. I died being me, being myself, being okay to think for myself, to feel for myself. And after I had my baby, my family really let me feel it. Even my dad, like, everybody let me feel it, like I needed them at that time. And which I did, because I had just had a baby. Who can raise a baby by themselves? Even my child's father. But so it kept me in places that I knew I shouldn't have been in. Not because I didn't think I was good enough. I knew that I was good enough. I knew that my ultimate goal at the end of the day when I die is to help people. I know that at the end of the day when I die, my goal is to give back to people. I know at the end of the day when I die, that is the purpose God have for me. So I knew that anybody is good enough to do that. It's not hard to do. It's not rocket science, you know. And I knew that, but I stayed because I also knew that, like, I'm smart. I know my strength. I know my weaknesses, and I knew that I couldn't do this by myself. So I stayed in those situations where I went back to my ex. I went back to my child's father. I contacted Londa back. And I stayed in places I should have left because of that. So, I guess what I'm saying is that my narcissistic mother will hang things over my head to make me comply, to make me do what she wanted me to do. Just like me having a son. Like, you think this is just a coincidence that I'm raising a son by myself with no help, nobody? No, this is all a part of their game. It literally is. But there's no going back for me. Like, I would rather sit here and struggle with my son than to be around people who don't respect my mind. Like, you don't respect my mind? You don't believe in me? You don't. So, I don't want to be around that. Another thing is, my mother blamed me for everything. And I think I said this earlier, but my mother literally, she blamed me for everything, and most of the time it wasn't even my fault. I can remember one time me and this is what growing up with a narcissistic mother is all about. And this happened between 10 years old and 12 years old. So this girl named Tyler Zane, she used to mess with me in the 5th grade all the time. She was a white girl. She used to mess with me all the time, all the time, all the time, all the time. And I never fought her. And the reason why I didn't fight her, because she didn't mess with me on her own. It was by Shanae making her do what she was too scared to do. See, by Shanae, she would be considered a covert narcissist, because her and Tyler Zane used to hang together, and she used to always make Tyler Zane, boost Tyler Zane head up to do stuff. So no, I don't want you. I want you. That's who I want. But you will never get wrong with me. Every time you come to me and you talk to me, you talking nice to me. But I know you. I know you're the one boosting her head up. That is the reason why I did not fight this girl. But anyways, the word got back to my mom that I was scared of the girl. So my mother told me, she was like, when you go to school tomorrow, if you don't fight this girl, I'm going to whoop your ass. I said, okay, shit. I went to school, bam, whooped her ass. And even jumped that by Shanae, bitch, now what? Because I know it was you. I know it was you. I knew it was you. But anyways, I ended up getting suspended or whatever. And, like, Etna wasn't mad when I got suspended. She bought me some ice cream. She got my ears pierced, like everything. So things was good. So one day, me and Ranisha, this is when Ranisha's mother, baby, had died. And people would kind of make her mother feel guilty, saying that you killed your baby. And that would literally, like, make me so hot, because this lady she just lost her baby, yo. And she already blamed herself. She blamed herself for losing her baby. And then you want to go around and say something like that? I wasn't having it. Like, I straight whooped her behind that day. I whooped her behind that day, like literally. And her mother went and told my mother, and Etna whooped me for that. Like, I had a great reason. Like, you made me fight Tyler Zane for no reason. And I'm fighting this girl for a reason. She talking about Quadra. No, you got to go. She literally whooped me for that. And that brings me to the point where, living with my narcissistic mother, I was everybody's scapegoat. If, just like that lady told Etna something bad about me, Etna would whoop me. If my sister or my brother told Etna something about me, she would whoop me. If the teachers never told her anything about me, I felt like those were the only people who understood me, was the teachers. But, like, if my uncle told her something about me, she would believe it. Londa telling her things about me, and guess what? She believed it, because I am everybody's scapegoat. I remember one time, my cousin Jenny, she had went out of town, and she left her car with my sister Londa. Now, my sister Londa was doing her a favor by taking her where she needed to go or whatever, because she couldn't drive. So she had no choice but to leave the car with Londa. And she told Londa, she was like, you can drive the car, you can go where you wanted to go, or whatever like that. And so I was happy. I was like, come on, Londa, let's go to the mall. And Londa told me, she was like, Nikki, I don't want to be in Jenny's car, because I already know how that is. But you got to understand that me and Jenny relationship is different between Londa and Jenny relationship. Like I told y'all, Londa, everybody always mistreated Londa, and that's what made me mad. So I didn't get what Londa was saying, but Londa was right. And so Londa was like, okay, we'll go to the mall. We went to the mall and did we go? We didn't even go to the mall in Jenny car. I don't even remember. I don't know if we went to the mall in Jenny car or not. All I know is that we was at the mall. And we was at the mall. Jenny called Londa like, where's my car? Yada, yada, yada. And Londa was like, your car is at home or whatever. All I know, it was a big deal about the car. When, in the first place, Londa was helping you. She was helping. She done put gas in your car and everything. Like, you bugging. And that was my first time really seeing that. And that's what really made me say, okay, Londa been telling the truth this whole time because of that ordeal. This is what Jenny gonna do. I ain't have nothing to do with that. I ain't say nothing about that. And Jenny gonna tell Elton to talk about I'm in the background cussing Jenny out or saying this, saying that. And really I ain't say nothing. Nothing at all. I should have said something. I should have said, Jenny, now you know you dead ass wrong. I should have said, I did not. Come on, man. You already know this lady don't like me. Why would you say that? So literally, growing up with a narcissistic mother, and you got siblings or whatever, you are always the scapegoat. Always. So not only are you blamed for everything from your narcissistic mother, because your narcissistic mother is going to blame you too for everything, but the people around you, when they see, you know, the dynamic between your mother and you, they will use that too. And that's why it was so easy for me to be molested by damn near everybody in my family, because they knew that if they went to Etna or I went to Etna, Etna would not believe me. She would not believe me. She would not believe me. So, yes, I was blamed for everything. But just know, I wrote this down. It is not my fault. I did not tell you to do what you do and get pregnant with me. I did not ask to be here. I did not tell you to molest me. I did not tell you to smear my name and lie on me. I did not tell you to destroy my life. I did not tell you to do any of that. The only thing I did was tell my daddy to sign for my baby. That's the only thing I did. And I don't feel like that was nothing wrong, because he had a choice to do it or not do it, whichever one. I did not tell my dad to put his girlfriend before me. I did not tell my dad that. So I can say whatever I want to say because this is my story. Nobody got to walk in my shoes. These are my shoes. And baby, let me tell you, you wouldn't last a split second in my shoes. Half of the shit that I done been through, you couldn't last, baby. And that's another reason I am so confident. I am so headstrong because of the shit that I have had to endure from all of these people just abusing me, manipulating me, using me, hurting my body. Like, this is my body. No, you can't do that. You was wrong for doing that. I was 10 years old. What did you see? That's so disgusting. But it's not my fault at all. And I'm not going to take that on, because normally I would say, okay, it's my fault. But fuck that. Fuck you. Fuck everything. Fuck your mammy, fuck your brother, fuck your sister, fuck your life, and shit on yourself. I don't care. I am not taking that on no more, because it is not my fault. None of this shit is my fault. None of it. And like I said before, however I react is what I do. But anyways, let me move on. So I wrote down some traits of adult children of narcissistic parents. And I'm about to get into that right now. So some traits that narcissistic children endure is that they feel guilty for doing what's best for them. Okay? And I have had my dad, I had Londa, I had all these people trying to make me feel guilty for doing what's best for me. All of this. And that's one of the traits of narcissistic children. You will literally feel guilty for doing what's best for you. If calling the police is best for you, you will feel guilty about calling the police. No, do what's best for you. Because you trust and believe they're going to do what's best for them. Another trait that an adult child have is they will feel like they don't deserve their success. Like, they'll feel like they don't deserve their happiness. They will feel like they don't deserve their life. And that's not fair, because you deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve to be happy. You deserve to be treated like a human fucking being. Your thoughts and your feelings, they matter. And don't let nobody tell you different. Fuck them. So, it was some more traits, but I really didn't write all of them down. But, I feel like that it's a blessing that, my mother abandoned me. It's crazy now. It's like the bird flew over the cuckoo's nest. Crazy. But it's a blessing, because another trait that children have by dealing with a narcissistic mother is that they develop these insecure attachments. And I'm the kind of person that if you reject me, I will show you what rejection feel like. And I don't even mean that in a revengeful way or a spiteful way or anything. I will forget about you, and you will never exist to me a day in your life, my life. You cannot be around me. No, I don't go chasing after people. That has never been me. It is what it is at the end of the day. And I give it to my mother for that in some strange way. Not in a hoorah, she need a gold medal. No, she need a lump of coal for that shit. But I give it up to her because I tried and tried. The more she rejected me, the more I tried to be this perfect daughter. Try to do whatever I can do to just make her say, good job, Nikki. Good. That's my baby. That's so sad. That's so disgusting. That's so yucky. But she made it easy for me to walk away from other people who not respecting me and who not loving me. So never hold on to people who are disrespectful to you. You don't deserve that. You honestly deserve to be happy. You know, I know that nobody's perfect and people, we have our thing about us, but dealing with stuff like that, people belittling you and putting you down and shitting on you or whatever, they know you the shit. They know, but they'll never give you credit for it. They're the kind of people you stay away from. You stay away from those people. So it was hard after I stood my ground against everybody. It was hard, you know, for me. And they made it hard for me. You know, they continued to scapegoat me. You know, why you don't talk to Nikki? You know, Nikki done went around telling everybody. They scapegoated me. You know, Nikki done slept with this person. They scapegoated me. You know, Nikki, she ain't trustworthy. They scapegoated me. They withheld support from me, like with my child, you know. They withheld that support. They abandoned me. And they made me feel small. They made me feel like I wasn't good enough, like I didn't deserve a good family or a supportive people, or I would just fuck it up. And once upon a time, I believed that. Like literally, I would literally fuck it up because that's what I have been trained to believe. Like literally. But no, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. You don't deserve any of that. Don't listen to the narcissist. The narcissist is this big. They don't have no self-worth, no nothing. And you have all the strength, okay? Let me check it off. You have all the strength, okay? You have all the strength. And they need your strength, okay? So, you can do bad all by your damn self. The fuck? But I'm still standing, just like Monica. I'm still standing. And another trait that narcissists, children of narcissist mothers do, they either become fiercely independent or they become dependent. Like I told y'all, my sister Londa. Maybe I shouldn't have said her name, but it's too late to go back now. But my sister Londa, she always made me feel like she needed a man. And I hated that. And, yeah, so that's a trait that children of narcissists have. They feel like they can't live without a man telling them they're beautiful or whatever. So you got to kind of like find a balance. You don't want to be fiercely independent to the point where you say you don't need a man, and you don't want to be so dependent because you become desperate and you'll just take anything. And I feel like that I'm strong enough to say that what I want, but I'm still going to stand without it. I'm still going to stand regardless. I've been standing this long. Hell, can't nothing change it. That's how I feel. Nothing can change it now. So when I tell y'all I don't have a degree in dealing with in psychology, but I've been dealing with dysfunction, narcissistic people for so long, my word is certified. My word is bond, man. All I got is my word and my pussy. That's it. So, yeah. That was basically the story of my life in a nutshell, with dealing with a narcissistic mother. And I don't think that there was ever a good time where I had hope that things would be better. So don't have that hope that a narcissistic mother will change, or a narcissistic husband will change, or a narcissistic child will change, or a narcissistic friend will change, because they won't change. They won't change. Don't let the guilt of it being your mother, because I've heard that too when I've told people my story. They will say, that's your mother. And I used to be like, yeah, you're right, that's my mother. And I tried off of the strength of her being my mother, the respect I have for my mother. And yet and still she told me she would rather go spend time with her friend than her daughter. So now, don't let that make you stay. Respectfully, fuck my mother. Respectfully, fuck a mother. At the end of the day, if a mother is not nurturing and caring and supportive and loving with unconditional love, should she really be considered a mother? Just like we tell men all the time, any fool can make a baby, but it take a real man to be a father. It's the same way with a mother. Any woman can carry a child, but it takes a mother to raise that child. So don't let the guilt get y'all, because you deserve all the happiness and respect and love and support and care and validation. You deserve all that. But until next time, you give it to yourself. You give it to yourself. I'm not a vain person. I'm totally okay with who I am. But I make it my duty to praise Nikki, because Nikki was never praised. I had adults hating on me when I was just 10, 11, and 12 years old. I used to hear adults talking about me, and I was just a little girl. All I wanted to do is go to the birthday party like all the rest of the kids. Why y'all gotta pick on me? So I give it to myself, and you give it to yourself. Even after you found the love that you deserve, had the kids that you always wanted, got the degree that you always work hard for, you still give it to yourself. Don't stop loving yourself, because you deserve it. But that's how it was for me growing up with a narcissistic mother. So if you guys have anything to add to the list that I probably couldn't think about, go ahead and put it down in the comment. Let me know what it is. I'm finna get off of here, end this video right here, finish doing my laundry. Thank God that lawnmower stopped. This was hard for me to do. It wasn't easy, and I'm sure I've missed something, because narcissistic mothers, they plant seeds in your head too, and to gaslight you. And y'all have to keep in mind that I'm dealing with that too, to make me doubt myself and doubt my reality and all of this stuff. But you fool me one time, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I don't give a fuck right now. Like, if I can squat and piss on one of you niggas, guess what? I will piss on one of you bitches. I don't really care for them no more. Like, I'm tired of giving myself to people who not even giving themselves to me, giving me honesty like I'm giving you. Like, I don't walk around here lying to people. What I gotta lie for? It is what it is. If you don't like it, then move on. It's so many people God created in this world that I can be with, that'll love me for me. Why would I sit here and deal with somebody who's not even gonna love me? But yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts. I don't think y'all be writing me, but leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If you are new to my channel, then subscribe. If you are already a subscriber, then you already know what to do. And make sure you click that notification bell so you won't miss out on all of this. Thank you for watching. Peace until next time.